So over the past week or two, I have been sent this one news story from down in Virginia.
Suing the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources over hunting dog.
Allowing hunters to retrieve their hunting dogs from private property, even when the property owners object.
They say the dogs trespass on their property and kill their livestock. But as ABC 13's Claire Galt explains, the law prevents them from doing anything about it.
A group of 3 Virginia property owners filed a lawsuit to end Virginia's law that allows hunters and dogs to trespass on private property unannounced. Pierce says the law violates his constitutional rights and the Fifth Amendment. He also says it's a personal safety issue.
Been there, done that. Put your pants back on.
So yeah, basically this homesteader slash farmer down in Virginia is suing the state of Virginia.
Because he's had quite a few issues with the state of Virginia's hound hunting laws.
Which means he's had packs of dogs coming on his property, attacking chickens, creating havoc, and just generally being a nuisance. Folks have been sharing this story with me left and right. And in fact, I have been sent the link for this story over 482 times as of the recording of this video, because this guy's lawsuit basically says the same thing I've been saying about hound hunting and some of the issues that we face here about hound hunting in the state of Vermont. I was absolutely amazed when I read the story, and then as I read actually the details of the lawsuit, I can see a lot of parallels.
And it has me thinking a lot about what I can do to prevent future problems here on our farm in Vermont.
Let loose the goose! Come on guys, let's go. You guys look at those little baby goslings. They've been going outside for the last 2 days now. They're still requiring some coaxing to go outside, but they definitely have been enjoying the outdoor situation much more. I've also been getting kind of comfortable with Abby.
Come on, little gooselings, let me hook you up with some gooseling spaghetti. I know it's your favorite. Seriously, grass is the way to win over young gosling's heart. You guys are growing up so good. Yeah. Ooh, and I can start to feel you're getting your adult feathers. Yeah, I can feel them just right there. Huh. I think this might be my best socialized class of goslings yet. They're very chill with me. They're actually very chill with the dogs. And they are doing really well and growing up nice and big and strong. I've pretty much sold off all the goslings I'm going to sell this year. Now I'll just sell some live adult birds, and then some of these little ones will end up being meat birds as well. A few select birds might end up becoming breeders of the future, depending on some of the characteristics I see.
For those of you not familiar with me or my story, my name's Morgan Gold and I run a small farm here in northern Vermont. We primarily raise ducks and geese. We also do some stuff with chickens and trees, and we've got a cattle herd that we've been growing. And ever since I moved up here, we've had issues with hound hunters coming on our land. We've got a 160-acre farm here in northern Vermont. You know, our farm is a mixture of pasture and forest. It's in an extremely rural area surrounded by either farms or forest on all sides. And last year we actually had a couple of incidents on the farm which really heightened the hound hunting tensions. You know, first we had a bunch of raccoon hound hunters show up on our property in the middle of the night and wake us up and create chaos with our dog and freak out the birds, and huge issues there.
It's okay, bud. It's okay, bud. It's okay, bud. Hey, it's okay. It's just me. It's just me.
Sounds like it back there. Do you call the cops? Call the cops? Call St. J Trooper. The state troopers ended up showing up around midnight. And then there was also a pretty well noted incident where a hound hunter who actually was the president of the Bear Hounding Association treed a bear about, I don't know, 500 yards from the spot I'm standing in. And I posted a video of the incident, and that thing blew up and went viral and got a whole bunch of attention. And I've been here in the state of Vermont working to address some of the hound hunting laws. It's created a lot of chaos and havoc in my community.
Are you a native Vermonter? Where'd you come from? What the hell don't you get back? Mind your own business.
You know something, when a bear comes and visits you, you're gonna really think it sucks.
Go back to Hatfield, where you belong.
Focusing in on private property rights and hound hunting controls was never a topic I thought I'd venture into when I made the decision to start posting videos online about building a small farm here in Vermont. But sometimes those topics choose you and you don't choose those topics.
Mr. Gold, you and I are considered enemies.
Howdy, chickens. Oh, looks like you still have some food. I'll top you off here. All right, I'm gonna hook you up with some fresh water because it's gonna be another really hot day today. And a lot of folks have actually asked me if I have any update about the hound hunting situation. There you go, girl. If you wanna lay, you can lay. We're open for business. And well, the update is I actually haven't had any new incidents here on our farm because hound hunting season really runs from June into the early days of winter, at least for the main animals around here like bear and raccoon. But we are rapidly approaching June 1st, and so I expect issues will either potentially heat up or maybe because of all the attention that happened last year, I get left completely alone, which would absolutely be my preference. In terms of legislative changes here in Vermont, not much has changed. There was a lot of debate and discussion about a hunting bill that was in circulation. Parts of the bill I 100% agreed with and had been asking for and had been a big part of my push when it came to hound hunting. You know, like things like a tighter definition of control. But then there are other elements around the law related to things like trapping that I actually was not supportive of, and so I did not put a whole ton of support behind that law just because it was something that I actually had a certain measure of disagreement with. Hey, how's it going there, cows? What's everybody doing this morning? I've actually kept them in this spot longer than I said I would because I'm working on my water hosing situation and it's not fully built yet. So what I've been doing is every day I give them more pasture up the hill because I actually want to get them to the top of the hill and then have them start grazing their alleys, go all the way down to get back down to here by say like early July so that I can bring them back up to the top of the pasture and have them graze the top of the pasture for the rest of the summer. I'm also in the process of working on a perimeter fence. But all that said, so far our grazing situation is doing really well with these cattle. And they're actually very much respecting the fence now. So I would say that's good news all around. Of course, Abby Dog is still terrified going near the cattle because that time that she got shocked by the fence. So all of this brings me to my thoughts related to this lawsuit in Virginia and what it actually means for our farm here in Vermont. Release the Kraken! I know, Abby. They created chaos. They slimed my phone. I hope you guys really like that slow motion shot. Here, Abby, I'm gonna help you out. You can have the broken egg. So I know the number one question that's on a lot of folks' minds is whether or not I'm gonna actually file a lawsuit of my own. Hey, don't run away from me, you guys. I came to bring you food. Yeah, see, this one knows.
And the answer to that one is, I'm not 100% sure. There are some real differences between Vermont hound hunting laws and Virginia hound hunting laws and the right to retrieval and what they look like. I will say, though, that I am exploring my options and possibilities and getting some legal advice on the topic. So there's nothing to really report yet, but as things start to brew and develop, I'll definitely be sharing kind of what's going on here. It is intriguing, though, because at the core of it, my biggest issue with the hound hunters has always been that their coming on my land feels like a way that they're stealing my private property rights. And because of that, that would be the thing I'd be changing. So I wouldn't be suing looking for money. I'd be suing looking for protection of my private property rights. So what's going to happen? I don't know. But you guys can stay tuned and find out.
Tries to put himself across as a Vermont farmer, even though he has a guard dog that is actually a trained killer.
And that conversation has still not happened.
Mr. Gold, you and I are considered enemies.
You should 100% call the authorities.